Highway Administrator, and I'll be serving as your MC for today's event. Today marks the start of a more than $300 million investment right here in Lowell. And perhaps more exciting for most of the people here, it's the beginning of the end for this temporary bridge that was put up behind us in 1983. This project is happening thanks to a lot of different people. The senator, the congresswoman, all of our partners in Congress and the legislature, they all came together to get money to do projects just like this across the Commonwealth. And it really is thanks to the governor's unwavering commitment and her to building new, modern, safe, and inclusive infrastructure across the Commonwealth that brings us here today. Projects like this happen because we have a governor who not only sets bold priorities, but also ensures that the resources and partnerships are in place and are working to make things like this a reality. And this is a project that, again, has had partners on every single level, local, federal, state, you name it. There's a lot of people involved in making this project happen. So our first speaker today, we're gonna keep things moving. We have a lot of people who want to talk about getting this old bridge out of here. Our first speaker is Secretary Monica Tibbetts-Nutt. Secretary is a steadfast advocate for multimodal projects just like this one. And you'll see from some of the schematics over here, this really is a multimodal project compared to what's in place right now. She's been clear that for this project to work, and it has to work for everybody, including our most vulnerable road users, which is what you'll see with some of the new features that are being put in place here. Thanks to the Secretary's leadership and her policies, this new bridge will do just that. Please welcome the Secretary of Transportation, Monica Tibbetts-Nutt.
Thank you, Jonathan. And as he said, we are joined by some fantastic people, which I think really illustrates how important this project is. I want to thank Congresswoman Trahan, Senator Markey, the entire City of Lowell staff, and our District 4 Director, Paul Stedman, and the rest of the District 4 team that are going to make this possible. The Rourke Bridge is a critical transportation link, as the Administrator said, and it is over one of our most important rivers, the Merrimack. Serving as a major commuter route for all of our surrounding communities, not just the City of Lowell, this new bridge will strengthen the connections, especially between the communities on both sides of the Merrimack River. It will make it easier for our residents, our visitors, and businesses to move throughout our region. This project really does represent an investment, not only in infrastructure, but also in our region's economic future. The Rourke Bridge replacement is a direct reflection of MassDOT's vision to provide safe, reliable, and accessible transportation for all of our residents. Accessibility is built into the design. It's creating a bridge that serves not just our cars, but also pedestrians, cyclists, and those with mobility issues. This is part of a much broader effort to ensure that every transportation investment in the Commonwealth meets the needs of today and the demands of the future. We are committed, and I really want to emphasize that, committed to ensuring that the community is engaged throughout this process so the residents feel informed about the progress, but also giving us feedback about what they want to see as an integral part of their community. Today really is more than just a groundbreaking. It is the start of a stronger, more connected Merrimack Valley. Together with transportation, we are building infrastructure that doesn't just serve now, but it is going to serve our future generations. We are here to support economic growth and to showcase the progress of this Commonwealth. It is my honor to now welcome someone who is a supportive ally, a champion for this Commonwealth and this region, and also happens to be my Congresswoman, Congresswoman Rourke Bridge.
Well, good morning, everyone. What an honor to be here today in a city that I grew up in, surrounded by people who have fought long and hard to make sure this day is possible. As we officially break ground on the long-awaited, much-needed replacement of the Rourke Bridge. To Secretary Tibbetts-Nutt, Administrator Gulliver, and to Governor Healy, thank you for your leadership in ensuring that this project remained a top priority across administrations. Your partnership has been essential every step of the way. To Senator Ed Markey, who along with Senator Warren helped usher through this bipartisan monumental bill that has been delivering billions of dollars across our country, We could not have done it without you in the upper chamber. To Mayor Rourke, City Manager Golden, the City Council, our tireless state delegation, thank you for standing together with a united voice for this bridge, for our city, and for the thousands of families who rely on it every single day. This is more than a celebration of steel and concrete. It's a celebration of perseverance, of collaboration, and a long overdue investment in the infrastructure that binds our communities together. I was just 10 years old when the so-called temporary Rourke Bridge was built, just blocks away from where I grew up on Staple Street in the Highlands. I remember watching it go up, not knowing then that it would still be standing here at 51 and serving as a vital transportation link more than 4 decades later. When I got my driver's license, I crossed the bridge cautiously, white-knuckled in my dad's old pickup truck. And if you've ever felt that bridge sway under your tires or braced yourself as cars squeezed past you in the opposite direction, you know exactly what I mean. Even more nerve-wracking was crossing it on foot. While training for marathons along the Merrimack River, I'd sprint across that bridge, that pedestrian lane, like my life depended on it, because quite honestly, it felt like it did. That experience is not unique to me. We've heard across all of our communities that everyone has their own experience with this bridge. Every person in Lowell, in Dracut, in Chelmsford, Tingsboro, and beyond have a story about the Rourke Bridge, the bottlenecks, the anxiety, and the frustration. And yet, for nearly 40 years, this community was asked to settle for a temporary fix because Washington too often passed the buck to states and cities instead of stepping up. Well, that's why I ran for Congress, because communities like Lowell deserve better. When I voted for the bipartisan infrastructure law along with Senator Markey, it wasn't just about policy, it was about people. It was about delivering on promises that had gone unfulfilled for too long. And it was about making sure that projects like this one didn't get left behind. Thanks to that law, Massachusetts has received billions of dollars in federal funding for infrastructure improvements, and the Rourke Bridge is a shining example of how over $250 million of those dollars are being put to work. And beyond the dollars, it's also about what this project represents: a safer, more efficient route for commuters, a critical link for emergency vehicles, a stronger connection between our neighborhoods and our local businesses, and yes, a far less terrifying crossing for pedestrians and cyclists. And we can't forget the broader economic impact. This project is going to create good-paying jobs, a job that my father as an iron worker would love to be a part of right now. It's going to stimulate our regional economy and strengthen Lowell's standing as a hub of opportunity here in the Merrimack Valley. But none of that would be possible without collaboration across every level of government and with the input of our businesses, academic, and community partners. I want to especially acknowledge the leaders, past and present, who never gave up on this project. You kept showing up, you kept pushing forward, and you never lost sight of what this bridge means to Lowell. And to the people of this great city, thank you for your patience and for your perseverance. You deserve this investment. You deserve the dignity of reliable, modern infrastructure. And today, we're finally delivering on that promise. As we break ground today, let's remember that this isn't the end of a journey. It's the beginning of a new chapter, one where Lowell continues to lead, to grow, and to thrive. And I look forward to standing here again when we cut the ribbon, when the new Rourke Bridge stands tall over the Merrimack River as a symbol of what we can accomplish when we work together with determination, vision, and grit. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Congresswoman, especially for sharing so many fond memories of this bridge. I think we all have those kind of memories that we'd like to see go away soon. So our next speaker is no stranger to Lowell or any other part of Massachusetts, for that matter. Senator Markey has been a tremendous federal partner and one of the nation's most vocal advocates for transportation and infrastructure investment. His leadership in Washington continues to ensure that Massachusetts has the strong voice in the national conversation that we need right now. Please welcome Senator Ed Markey.
Thank you so much, and thank you for all of the great work which the state DOT is doing for the city of Lowell. Thank you, Administrator Gulliver. I'm grateful that you and Secretary Tibbetts-Nutt and Governor Healy, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll are going to guide this project every step of the way, from groundbreaking to ribbon cutting when it is finished in 2029. I'm honored to gather here with many of the city and state's exceptional leaders to celebrate a milestone decades in the making, the replacement of the Rourke Bridge. Ray Rourke was a friend of mine, and this is a great day for him and for Tim, to celebrate this new day, this new era that's about to begin. And at the federal level, this would not have been possible without the great work of Senator Warren and Congresswoman Trahan working to pass the bipartisan infrastructure bill that has provided the billions of dollars to the state so that they can replace the Rourke Bridge. The Rourke Bridge is just the kind of project we had in mind when we passed that bill that is sending billions to the state of Massachusetts. And Lori has been steadfast in her advocacy for Merrimack Valley. We have a fighter in the House of Representatives every single day fighting for Merrimack Valley. She is the constant teammate, a relentless advocate, and a true daughter of Lowell. And that's why this was always front and center for her. But there was some point where Thomas Markey in Ireland heard about the Merrimack River and the Industrial Revolution and the mills that were going up. And he just decided to go for it. So I'm here because of the Merrimack River. I'm here because of all the mills and bridges that were built along the Merrimack River. Because that's where he came. He came here to be able to work in the mills of the valley. And we just have to now ensure that the 21st century is even better than the 19th and the 18th and 20th centuries have been for the communities that are going to benefit from this. And front and center has been Lowell's legislative delegation, Senator Kennedy, Representative Elliott, and Hong, and Howard, just absolutely every day working to make sure that the state funding is there as well. And at the municipal level, Lowell has City Manager Tom Golden, Mayor Dan Rourke, and we have now so many other leaders who are joining us today. Vice Mayor Paul Rather-Yem and Councilor Vesner Noon have joined us as well, along with so many other great leaders from the city of Lowell. So right now, the Trump administration and congressional Republicans threaten the very concept of federal investments in our communities. But this groundbreaking demonstrates the power of what we can achieve when Congress does not antagonize municipalities, but instead partners with municipalities to deliver transformative investments in transformative projects, building political bridges when we build actual bridges. That's what is needed to make things work in our country. We know that a vision without funding is an hallucination. Well, we have brought the funding from Washington for this project, and the new Rourke Bridge would not be possible without the bipartisan infrastructure law, which is providing $251 million in federal funding for the bridge, 83% of the total project cost. This funding builds on a remarkable streak of federal investments in Lowell's bridges. In 2015, our delegation won $13 million to revitalize 8 of the city's bridges. And in 2023, Congresswoman Trahan and Senator Warren and I garnered another $21 million to replace 4 more of the city's bridges. Over the last decade, our federal delegation has secured $286 million in federal funding for Lowell just for its bridges, so that they could all be reconstructed or replaced for the 21st century. And Lowell's network of bridges with the Rourke Bridge as a keystone are inseparable from the city's identity and the city's economy. These are the bridges that families take to drop their children off at school, to get to and from work. They serve the generations of immigrants who have called Lowell home. They empower students commuting to UMass Lowell, opening the doors of educational opportunity and turbocharging cutting-edge scientific research. They transport visitors to the Lowell National Historic Park, connecting the city's present to its history as the birthplace of the Industrial Revolution. And critically, for many residents, the Rourke Bridge delivers families to the Market Basket on the south side of the river and the Market Basket on the north side of the river, depending upon how long you want to travel that day. But the bridge will get you there. We need to make sure these bridges are strong and resilient, just like the people of Lowell they support every single day. The current Rourke Bridge is over 40 years old. Constructed in 1983, as Congresswoman Trahan said, it was supposed to be temporary, in service for only 5 years during the construction of a permanent bridge. In 1983, the world was in a very different place. Mike Dukakis was the governor. Donna Summer talked the chops. Larry Bird was leading the Celtics towards our 15th NBA title. And today, Governor Healy, Taylor Swift, and Jaylen Brown are the leaders for the 21st century. They have replaced Dukakis and Summer and Bird, but we still have the same Rourke Bridge that was supposed to be temporary. And it now serves almost 10 million vehicles every year, creating congestion, delaying access to Lowell General Hospital, and forcing pedestrians and cyclists to cross the river in a metal cage, which we are listening to, even as we are conducting this press conference. It is a noise that's heard all day long in Lowell. It almost has the feel of an erector set, temporary bridge that is constructed by kids when they're little. And we're going to replace it. It now serves almost 10 million vehicles every single day, creating congestion, delaying access to the hospital, and forcing pedestrians and cyclists to cross the river in sometimes a wonder as to whether or not it will still hold together. So this groundbreaking is long overdue. It's very necessary, and it represents a bridge to the strong future for Lowell, a bridge between our federal, state, and local government, and a bridge between the communities of workers and immigrant students and scientists who embody this city. That is what we're celebrating here today, a city made richer by the bridges which it builds. The federal government cannot walk away from these types of partnerships at a time when leadership is not coming from the federal executive branch. We in Massachusetts have to fight with purpose to build a safer, more accessible, more connected community now and for generations to come. I am proud to have helped secure this funding for Lowell and to have such strong collaborators at all levels of government. So congratulations on this incredible achievement, and like Congresswoman Trahan, I am looking forward to coming back here when we cut the ribbon and all of the bicycles and pedestrians and vehicles are able to go across this bridge safely for the 21st century. Thank you all so much, and congratulations to Lowell on this great day.
Senator, thank you very much, and thank you again, and the Congresswoman, for being the bridge builders in D.C. that we really need right now so we can build the real bridges out here in Massachusetts. Now, our next speaker is City Manager Tom Golden, who has represented, advocated for, and championed this city for several decades. As our District 4 Highway team will tell you, he has been involved with many of the activities that we have been doing at MassDOT, going on in Lowell here for a very long time. He always puts the city first and its future first. Please welcome City Manager Golden.
Thank you all very much for being here. Very much appreciated those kind comments. But the power and partnership is what you're seeing today. The power of our federal delegation. What are we going to say? Thank you again. Thank you, both of you again. Before we leave, we only have one more ask, but that's okay. There's a couple more bridges we have. But it's true. The number of bridges we have throughout the city of Lowell, couldn't be done without the power of partnership. And that's our federal delegation, our city delegation, of course, to the governor, to the governor's entire team. I have to say thank you. Governor Healy and Lieutenant Governor Driscoll have been nothing but fabulous for all of us. The State House delegation. I was there for 28 years and couldn't get it done. 3 years I leave, the delegation gets it done. I mean, maybe, a big round of applause for the delegation to get it done after 3 years. But the power of partnership is really what we're all about. But you've heard about the number of vehicles, you've heard about the dollars and cents, you've heard about what it means to the community, and you'll hear a little bit more about it. What it means to me, to be honest with you, is a tradition of strength. DOT has done a fabulous job here in the city. The Department of Transportation takes more knocks, truthfully, than most. But they are always answering the phone to make sure things are getting done here in the city. And that's so vitally important. I want to say thank you very much to all of our friends from the Department of Transportation for picking up the phone and trying to solve the problem, coming up with real solutions. But as you look down with all the number of bridges that we have, this bridge in particular, I mean, you can talk about the Cox Bridge, the Roulette Bridge, the O'Donnell Bridge, the Hunts, etc. They're all foundation in this community. The foundation is built, and it's built strong. The Rourke Bridge is built on a strong foundation of Tim Rourke, who I never had the pleasure to meet, but every time you mention Tim Rourke, people will say a gentleman. I had the opportunity to learn from his dad, Ray Rourke. Now, Tim was a state rep at the time. Ray was a state rep and then ended up becoming undersecretary to transportation. And I value and cherished the moments and the days that I got a chance to pick up Ray Rourke and go to coffee and talk about what was happening here and talk about what it looked like, what it was supposed to look like, where it's going to be. And that happens because we respect the foundation that this city has been built upon. It's been built upon people from the past, and we're never going to forget that. And I know this delegation, the state delegation, is going to continue to move forward to ensure that this still holds the Rourke name because of the foundation of fine gentlemen like Tim Rourke and Ray Rourke. And here today, I just want to say thank you very much to another dear friend, a former state representative who gave back to this city after she lost her husband tragically. And that state representative, former state representative, Susan Rourke. I know she's here and she's going to hate the fact that I did this, but so Susan, I want to say thank you. And the foundation that I'm talking about are people like that consistently have given back to the city over the years, over the decades between Susan, Tim, Ray, and the entire Rourke family. And I challenge you to go down where all the major bridges are. We don't take it lightly. The Lowell Bridge. We don't take any of this lightly. Naming a bridge. It is a symbolic structure of strength in a community. And this is happening today because of our federal delegation and our state delegation all working together to make it happen. So to everyone being here today, thank you so much for your time. It's very much appreciated. To our friends in the state, to DOT, never giving up, continuing to move forward. To our federal delegation, a huge, huge thank you as always. Just nothing else we can say. They consistently deliver, will consistently deliver, and we couldn't have a better delegation from the federal level, state level, all the way down to the city. So thank you all very much. Susan, you're the best. We all love you.
All right, thank you, City Manager, and thank you for your continued leadership. And we're going to go to the delegation next. And I know your former colleagues, I'm sure, are going to say that even though you didn't get it done while you were there, it was like opening a jar. You got it started. They just got it over the finish line. So our next speaker is Rep. Elliott. And he has continued to be a real champion of transportation infrastructure and a valuable asset for the city of Lowell and the state legislature. His background as a planner and involvement in state and city government, including his time spent as mayor, has helped really earn his reputation as a person who can deliver results. I'd like to now invite Rep. Elliott to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Gulliver. Today is an amazing day for those of us that live in Pawtuckaville and those of us that travel this bridge every single day. And I'm going to join the chorus to thank you, Madam Secretary, to thank you, Senator Markey, Congresswoman Trahan. Coming up with $200 million or $251 million was just not a reality when it comes to all the other needs that we have in the state. But it's a great honor for me to be here to stand as a rep for the 16th Middlesex District, filling some big shoes of my predecessor, Tom Golden. But we're here. And let me also thank Mass DOT staff. You brought this over the finish line. You got the board of directors to approve it in spite of the magnitude of increase in funding. We're grateful. I won't iterate a lot of the things that I've already mentioned about how this will transform this area, but it will. Two of the most powerful virtues, patience and time. And we have withstood the test of time, and our patience, it has been tested for the last 30 to 40 years. But as they say, good things come to those who wait. And we waited, and we thank you. We thank you because this is a quality of life issue. And City Manager Golden did reference, I was a legislative aide when this, at the State House and the State Senate when this was, the temporary bridge was constructed. And I happen to know and meet Ray Rourke for quite some time. And I know it's a bittersweet day for Susan Rourke. But we will once again honor the public service of your husband and Ray Rourke for all of their dedication to the city. The new project, it's not just an infrastructure project. It's a step forward to enhancing the quality of life, our community, and connectivity and safety across the region, as the Secretary mentioned. But it also represents a commitment to providing better resources for the residents and the businesses in Lowell. We thank the administration and again, I thank DOT. For the last 3 years that I've been a state rep, they've been attentive, they've been responsive. The professionalism, Madam Secretary, is second to none. And as we stand here today, let's recognize this is the promise of new beginnings that this bridge symbolizes, and it's a reflection of just another testament of the perseverance and the spirit of the city of Lowell. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Representative. Our next speaker has been very heavily involved in the community as vice mayor over the last few years, and he is really here to talk about how important this bridge is to the community. Please welcome Vice Mayor Mayem.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Welcome to the greatest city of Lowell. This is a great day for our resident who's been waiting for 40 years for this bridge to be built, and we all can hardly wait, especially with the design for pedestrian friendly and a bike friendly. Have you ever tried to walk the bridge with that cage and you hold your breath hoping that nothing ever happened, because if something were to happen, plunge into the river, you can't find a way out because it has this cage cover you. So again, on behalf of the city of Lowell, I thank federal delegation, Congresswoman, Senator Ed Markey and Warren, who have been very hardworking to get us the new bridge, and also the governor and her staff, Madam Secretary, and for helping build this. Before I go on, let me recognize my colleagues, Councillor at Large Vesna Nguyen, and I'm here on behalf of the Mayor Dan Rourke, who couldn't make it, and then the entire Lowell City Council. Thank you again to all the everyone who worked to make this a reality for our great city of Lowell. Thank you again.
All right, thank you, Vice Mayor. So to close us out, our last speaker is distinguished by lifelong involvement in community advocacy and organizations. Rep. Hong's proactive, high-energy approach combined with passion for improving the quality of life for every family in Lowell has led to the partnership that we are talking about today. Please welcome Rep. Hong.
Good morning, everyone. What a one beautiful day here in the city of Lowell. I'm proud to be here with all of you as we celebrate a project our community has been waiting for decades, the start of the new Rourke Bridge. First, I want to continue and say thank you and recognize the incredible partner who make this possible. Senator Ed Markey and Senator Elizabeth Warren, thank you for your leadership. Congresswoman Lauren Johan, thank you for your leadership. Governor, Lieutenant Governor, and Madam Secretary and her team for their delegation and their hard work to help make this possible. And also, I am new to this position. I want to offer my big thanks to past and current state and local leaders who continue working and pushing to make this possible. This bridge has been around longer than I've been alive. More than 40 years. We have crossed the river on what was supposed to be a temporary bridge. It's carried tens of thousands of vehicles every single day, connecting neighborhood, school, businesses, and family. But it's no secret it's time for something stronger, safer, and built for Lowell of today and tomorrow. This new bridge will mean more than just better traffic flow. It will mean safer sidewalk for our kids, bike path for those who commute without car, modern lighting for safety, and space that is truly accessible to everyone. It's a bridge that connects us physically and symbolically. It's a bridge to opportunity, to economic growth, and to better quality of life. So today, we are breaking ground. We are not just building with steel and concrete, we're building trust. We're building connection. We're building a Lowell that moves forward together. So thank you for being here, for believing in this project, and for believing in our city future. And I also want to extend my special thanks, importantly, to all of the constituents in our great city of Lowell for their patience and willingness to understand the process that brought us here to this point. So now we know what's going to happen next. Let's get down to work. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Rep. So that is the end of our formal speaking program. But before we go and break ground right behind us, I just want to acknowledge the team that's actually going to do the work and get this new bridge done. So first, I want to recognize our design build team, Skanska and Jacobs, who has representatives here with us. I also want to recognize our design engineer, who brought it through the 25% stage, and will be staying on as engineer of record, HNTB. And finally, I know he's been mentioned a couple of times, but this project is going to be managed by District 4 office, which is Paul Stedman and his management team that's here today. They're going to be making sure that this project gets through to completion and that this temporary bridge is gone. So thank you, everybody. Let's go break ground on this new bridge.